Hi, everybody. Today we're here to talk about color and we're going to talk about pattern. So let's review a little bit about what we know about color and pattern. Now, in the past, we've talked about the color wheel. You have red, yellow, and blue as your primary colors. They are like the first grade of color, they are your basic colors. You cannot mix two colors together and get a red, two together get a yellow, or two together to get a blue. It doesn't work that way. They exist in nature as red, yellow, blue. Now, if you take those primaries together and you mix them together, you get a group called the secondary. So you have primary, secondary. So yellow and red will give you orange. Yellow and blue will give you green. Red and blue will give you purple or violet. Those are your secondary colors. Now, there's another group of colors on here that are like the third grade of colors. So you have primary, secondary, tertiary. So the tertiaries are always two colors that are next to each other on a color wheel. Primary is always listed first, and it's always a hyphenated word. So red orange is one. Red and orange give you red orange. Yellow and orange will give you yellow orange. Yellow and green will give you yellow green. Blue and green will give you blue green. Blue and violet will give you blue violet. And red and violet will give you red violet. So those are the tertiaries. There are 6 pair. Now, using what you know about color, you can create things that repeat. And pattern is one of those elements of design that makes life interesting. We're surrounded by patterns. We just don't always recognize that things are patterns. We take it for granted because we see it every day. So we look at our ceramic tile floor and they're all the same. They're all little squares. So it's a pattern. We take it for granted. We look at our homes. Our homes might be made of brick. Well, all those little rectangles create a pattern. Brick. So we take for granted these things that we see every day. What you're going to do today, you're going to come up with your own type of quilt design. And you're going to design each section with a different pattern in it. So they can't be all stripes and stars and dots. You have to really search your brain to come up with some things that you think would be interesting for a pattern. Now, keep in mind, anything can be a pattern as long as it repeats itself. So it doesn't matter what you put. It has to repeat. So anything can be a pattern. Cupcakes can be a pattern. Crayons can be a pattern. Dots on your socks can be a pattern. Santa hats can be a pattern. Turkey feathers can be a pattern. Little pumpkins can be a pattern. As long as they repeat, they become a pattern. So let me just show you a few that I have done, and I'll show you how to design your pattern quilt first. So what doesn't matter what type of paper you have. It doesn't matter what shape of paper you have. It doesn't matter because you can always just start in the corners and work your way inside. So here we go. So there's a lot you can do with this. So that gives you an idea of how you can start to create your sections that you're going to be coloring in. Now, here are some of mine that I've done in the past, which I've tried not to repeat any patterns. I've tried to make them all different. So maybe you can be the judge and see how I did. Here's one. This one I tackled was all like holiday type things. So eggs for Easter, cupcakes for birthdays, turkeys for Thanksgiving, flags for the 4th of July, pumpkins for fall, Santa hats for Christmas, stockings for Christmas, ghosts for Halloween, and then hearts for Valentine's Day, rain for the spring. I just thought that one was an interesting one. Here is another one that is very brightly colored, and I tried to use colors and designs that were different. So I have rainbow, I have plaid, I have hearts, I have sun, I have watermelon slices, I have chocolate chip cookies, I have smiley faces, cups of coffee, yellow dogs. I have Halloween stripes, I have plaid, I have blue crayons. So there's a lot you can do if you just think about what can be a pattern. Anything can be a pattern as long as it repeats. Choose one thing. It doesn't matter. As long as you repeat it, it becomes a pattern. This one here is Christmas trees. This is baseballs. These are hats for St. Patrick's Day, cups of hot chocolate, beautiful tulips, checkerboard. That is a pattern. Christmas trees, rainbows, smiley faces. So anything, sunflowers, anything can be a pattern as long as it repeats itself. So your job is to create some type of quilt, dividing your paper into sections. Each section you color in has to be different. Now, I left white on some of the backgrounds, and then some of the backgrounds I actually colored them in. I think that's what makes it more interesting, rather than just doing everything and leaving a white background. Color in the background. It makes those patterns really jump right off the page. It provides an accent for them. And you can use whatever you want. You can use crayon. You can use marker. I used marker. You can use colored pencil. You can use pastel. You can use whatever you have at home. It doesn't matter. Whatever you have at home will work for this. So, thank you. I hope you enjoy the quilt project. See you soon. Bye.